Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 60 of Pocket Edition. I'm your host, Sully, and today you are joined by your frequent and my frequent co-host, in Mark. How are you today, Mark?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Sleepy. I'm always sleepy
yeah,
no matter what. If it's in the morning, if it's in the night, if it's in the middle of the day.
I know. Well, this year, if we were discussing this before we jumped on, if you've noticed that either of us sound a bit weird or strange, or me in particular, more husky, I'm not getting more manly. It's just earlier in the morning because we've swapped from a night record to a morning record. However, episode 60 mark, we decided during the week that every 10 episodes we want to do something special, whether it be format-wise or just have a bit of fun. Or visuals, and this week we've kind of done a bit of both. So this being episode 60 is a special episode, we'll have another one for episode 70, but this week, hopefully you saw it, I created a little bit of a fun new splash screen and overlay and intro for this episode. I don't know how it turned out because I haven't finished it yet, so hopefully you enjoyed that. This episode though, we're having a strange one. It's a little bit strange. We are discussing and covering the best, the worst, and the most hilarious, or, you know, in our opinion, video game box art. So that will be the topic of discussion for this special episode of Pocket Edition. Going forward though, every 10 episodes, we're not sure what the format's going to be. We just want to mix it up a little bit. So that should be fun. It'll be like a little bit of a mixed bag and a lucky dip for Pocket Edition every 10 episodes. But Mark, let's get into it. What have you been up to between records?
I've been dying more than twice in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. The game's title was misleading. Yep.
Now that's got a death mechanic, doesn't it? Like a specific mechanic that they've played on?
Yeah, so the second you fall in battle, you've got a chance to immediately, not immediately, but revive instead of respawning. Because respawning comes with a penalty of it halves your total XP and halves all the money you've earned. And so you're like, oh, don't want to do that. And it also causes some other issues later on. But you can revive immediately and sort of cause this special magical thing to occur in the world that brings you back and keeps the enemies unaware. And then you can sort of get right back into the fight if the enemies were still looking at you, or get a free sneak attack. And things like that. And it's interesting because you're a shinobi, so pretty much like one or two hits will kill you anyway. So you're going to be reviving a lot.
Yeah, so it's a Souls-esque game.
Yeah, it's got the essence of Souls. I mean, it's made by the Souls developers. It's got the essence of Souls, but plays nothing like it. So it's incredibly unforgiving, but you don't have a shield. And everything is very bright, actually. It's daytime for quite a large chunk of the game.
That's nice. That's a nice change.
Yeah. And you've got a grappling hook, so that's pretty sweet.
Because like Dark Souls is exactly as it sounds. It's dark and it's going to take your soul. So
yeah,
that's a nice mix.
It's nice. I was happy to see the sun.
Yeah. This, by the sounds of it, from what you told me before a call though, it's not an overly long game for a Souls-like game. Is that correct?
No, like I've gotten at the final boss now. I've gotten to him in about 20 hours, but I've been stuck on him for a few hours now.
God.
But he's the last hurdle, so like I know that I'm there. And in theory, I could have finished the game in about 20 hours.
Do you think you'll beat it? Because have you ever had games where you get to the end and you just haven't been able to finish it for whatever reason?
Yeah, I've done that a few times, but this is one of the times where, like, initially when I fought him, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But I tried it maybe like 10 more times, and I noticed myself getting better, and I was like, oh, I think I can.
I think I can.
Like it's definitely doable, but I need to be in the zone, and you need to maintain that zone for like half an hour because the final boss is 4 stages.
Yeah, I had that most recently with one of the Valkyries in God of War. I think it's the one it makes you play against. That was pretty tough, and that's not even near the same level of a Souls boss. Like, I'm just terrible. But oh, sorry, Mark. The most notable one would have been Need for Speed Most Wanted. The final race I could not beat. I eventually returned 10 years later, I think, when I got a re-release, and I finally beat it. But I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's just like it's one of those things where like you play it and you're just like, it's not going to happen.
No, I should have been able to do it. It should have been no worries. Like, I watched people do it online. Yeah. It's not like it's an overly hard game. I just couldn't do it for whatever reason. And it wasn't through lack of trying. It's not like it was late at night and I'm like, fuck this game, close enough, I'm done. Like, I tried for a week. I couldn't do it. So, very ashamed of that. But, you know, it's for a racing game.
Yeah.
But Mark, you been up to anything else, man?
No, it's just really been playing that for the last week.
That's fair call.
It's like I've always said it, when I play a Souls game, a Souls-like game, it needs to be only that. I can't play anything else because I'll forget how to play.
Yeah, so I remember you saying that. You gotta really give it all the skills just to go out the window.
Yeah.
What have I been up to though? Been playing a little bit of Divinity Original Sin 2. I've got another massive sesh of that coming up tomorrow, playing all day for a LAN sesh, so that'll be fun. Quite enjoying that. If you're not sure what that is, check it out. It's like an RPG turn-based game that kind of looks a little bit like a Diablo dungeon crawler, so that's pretty cool. But mostly, throughout this week, I've actually been restoring a old Game Boy. I'm not sure if you've seen any of that, Mark. That I've put in our Discord. So if you want to...
Your little surgery.
Yeah, my surgery. So if you want to check any of that out, pop into our Discord, because we are all... Like, there's a bunch of us in there and we're all doing stuff all the time. Like, you always see Count sharing games he's bought, purchases he's looking at, Lego. I'm quite onto the tech stuff myself, especially at the moment with PC builds and restoring Game Boys. But this Game Boy, man... It was my girlfriend's mum's. I'm going to buy it off her because I've just put too much time into it now. She wanted me to sell it for her. But, you know, this thing was like obviously a relic from the past, like the mid-90s. Came out of her storage, hasn't been used in years. As a typical, she had 3 boys. So it was grimy and gross. It looked like it was filled with boogers. So I gave it a really good clean up and it actually came up pretty well. And I'm like, okay. And I'd actually advertised to sell it at that point, but the screen had an issue. So as you saw, Mark, I ended up finding some tutorials and I pulled apart the entire Game Boy, cleaned it inside and out with alcohol rub, you know, the board, the buttons, the pads, everything. And then to fix the screen, it was actually pretty simple. So all it was a little ribbon cable that came loose and you just had to reheat the solder and apply a bit of pressure and presto, the screen's back. So... so I've got it up to a pretty good snuff now, but I'm actually planning a second run of cleaning and actual replacements as well, because I've ordered a new glass lens to replace the plastic one, which is scuffed up and falling off. And I've actually seen a trick which involves peroxide from hair dye kits, which you rub it all over the case, right? Leave it out in the sun for as long as you can, and it brings the color and it takes the yellowing out of the old consoles, which is interesting. So that's quite interesting if you have an old console and the yellowing on your SNES or old Nintendo consoles kind of driving you nuts. That basically that's going to be the next run of stuff for this Game Boy. Had to order a new battery cover because it's missing that, but yeah, that's been my last 3 or 4 days is really tinkering with that. And it's been a lot of fun. So that was a little bit long-winded, but if you want to see more of that, check out the Discord.
Start your own restoration channel.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Dude, the amount of people that have been telling me to like start filming some of this tinkering has been unreal. My issue is not the desire. Like, the desire is there. It's just the setup. I have to get some tips from you from how you do your little model builds, because I just... It's pretty much... I find a good spot where I'm going to do everything. And just sit a camera there and just press record for hours. So I guess I could use my webcam. My C920, because that would be fine. The issue is when I do my tinkering, I'm fucking all over the place, man. Like, it's just how I do it. Like, I might be sitting at my desk and then I'll be in the kitchen for some reason because I needed something, and then I'll work there for half an hour. So I've got to really, really discipline myself to do it properly. That's just been the biggest hurdle, and something to hold my webcam. I haven't got any I haven't got like an arm or anything, you know. So
it's like sometimes I'm like that, but what I ended up doing was I got one of those little like model cutting boards, like, you know, those green square ones that are like segmented and all that. I got one of those, and even though I don't use it that much, I use it more as a mat. it sort of reminds me that is the place where I work.
Yeah. Well, I have tried to set up a proper workspace now, so, you know, I'm taking the steps. So I just got to get the arm, and we'll see how we go. Man. I also bought a Game Boy Color too, so I'm just on a Game Boy rampage at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm intending on playing Pokemon Crystal on that.
You're gonna get a Pocket?
I'm tempted, man. I'm on the wagon now. I'm getting all of it, so we'll see. I think Count's loving it too. I'm just jumped on. Anyway, Mark, let's get into this episode because we're 11 minutes in. But whatever, we're format free on this episode special of 60. Yeah. But Mark, you're going to kick us off, and we're going to start with the best video game covers, in our opinion.
Yes, in our opinion.
We've picked 2 each, so if we've missed your favourite, we're sorry. Share your favourite below. Let us know. And this is all obviously just what pops out to us, you know. So
yeah,
kick it off, Mark. If you have an accompanying video clip, I'll take it. Otherwise, just kick me off.
Yeah, I'll send you an accompanying thing later for some of this. I think it's always sort of stuck in my mind, this one, and it's always been a special game. And I feel like the best box art is something that not necessarily tells you exactly what the game is, but makes you interested. Like you go, ooh, that's not normal, but I really like it. And I think that this one does it really well.
Oh, Twilight Prince, Zelda.
Yeah, the original release of Twilight Princess, where it was the half Link, half Wolf cover art.
That's a good one.
It's the thing where it's like, you know what Zelda... so like, you know what the title Zelda sort of will lead to and things like that. You know what you're getting into. But then you see this cover and you're just like, well, there's Link, but what's that?
Yeah. And as long as I don't have any spoilers, that's going to push copies off the shelf, no worries, because it's like, that is unusual. Yeah.
And that was a launch title for the Wii.
The Wii, yeah. Do you think, have these games, the Wii Zeldas, and I know a lot of the Wii games kind of get stuck because they need the motion controls. Has this game made it off the Wii in any way, shape, or form yet?
Yeah, it came to Wii U without motion controls.
Oh, good. Okay, so that game's saved. We can keep porting that forward now.
Yeah, it was HD, new features, and you could move the entire HUD onto the Wii U tablet.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
I'm hoping that they'll do a Switch port.
Yeah. That could
just
work.
have it over GameCube, Wii U, and Switch. Just put it on everything.
Yeah, man. Get around it. Yeah, I like that. Good pick. All right. I'll give you... Okay. I'm going to feel like a cop-out with my first one, but I can't go past this one. This is the one that always springs to mind, and I went out of my way to... this was actually an interesting one, because the box art had 2 covers. It had more of a traditional cover, and then it went full-on when you'd reverse the cover. And it had another image or art image on the side, without all the Xbox or PS4 branding. It was just a really clean piece of art. And you might know what I'm talking about. I'm going to send it to you now.
Hey.
Yes. The Doom, man. Doom 2016. So that's the flip side. And this is interesting because we're actually going to touch on some of the tropes that box art falls into with, they get a little bit formulaic, especially through this 360 generation, the PS3, man, with the shooters, and you'd have the macho dudes with the gun facing forward or facing back. Whatever. That was like the formula. The box art for this, the normal one, is a dude holding a gun facing the camera. The Doom guy holding it straight up. So that's the formulaic box art. But then you flip it over and you get this kick-ass, like almost like a throwback to what the original box art was, with the dude standing on the mountain of demons. Sorry, the Doom guy standing on the mountain of demons, just shooting down. So
and I love that because in this Doom remake they recreated that scene as well.
Did they?
In the after credits?
Oh,
or in the credit sequence they recreated that box art.
Yeah, shot. I think I remember that. I'll put that up on screen for everybody now because I'm gonna have to check that out again myself. So that's awesome.
But yeah, that was an absolutely amazing game.
Yeah, fantastic. Can't wait for the next one, man.
Yeah. I'm sure Eternal will do something similar with its box as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope they do the double box art again. So like if you own this game and you didn't know this, turn the fucking cover around because there's a killer image on the back. So I've got mine permanently turned around and like on display because I love it. So and it's an easy one to pick. You know, it's recent, it's badass as all hell, but you can't deny it that it's awesome. So bring on the next one. All right, Mark, hit me with your number two. Number two and final for good.
Yeah.
Really made it hard to choose.
Now this one sort of sits in the sort of category of I love it. It's one of my favorites, but it is a funny one.
It's a JRPG.
And some might think it's bad.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you knew this game at all.
No.
God Hand on the PS2.
It reminds me of like something that Peter Molyneux might have done, like a God game or something, you know?
Oh no, completely. It's in the exact opposite direction.
Okay.
So God Hand was made by Capcom and Clover Studios, who are the guys who made Okami, Beautiful Joe, and then left and made Bayonetta. And stuff like that.
Okay.
So this is them in their early days.
Okay. Is it a fighting game?
It's a beat 'em up. It's an old school. It's a 3D old school style beat 'em up.
Is it side scrolling like Street Fighter or not Street Fighter?
No.
Streets of Rage.
Third person, behind your back.
The fuck.
And so you play this guy Gene, who's got the God Hand. Who, like, for whatever reason, he shows up in this deserted town. Someone cuts off his arm, and then he comes across this mythical arm called the God Hand, and it attaches itself to him. And then he starts beating up other guys that are also demons.
Wow.
And it's so stupid. It doesn't take itself seriously in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Your God Hand has special abilities, and so you can unleash these, and they're these sort of semi-cutscene epic attacks, sort of thing like that. Like he's got one where it's called the Ball Buster, and it just punches them in the nuts, and you hear it like shatter, and they just collapse onto the floor.
Oh man.
And then he's got like, I think it's like the home run punch or something. He punches them into space.
What year was this released? PS2.
It's like 2006 or something.
Damn. All right. Well, I've never seen this, so I'm going to be.
Yeah, it was re-released on PS3, thankfully.
Okay.
But it was just so funny because it's like you punch them into space and you see them like do that Team Rocket sparkle in the distance.
Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
It did not take itself seriously. One of the boss fights was a gorilla dressed in a wrestling outfit.
Oh my god.
And you fought him because not just that he was in your way, you were walking by a bus stop and the bus dropped him off and he sat down and started reading a newspaper, and I think you asked him for directions.
What's the actual
and he
story?
Got pissed off.
Is there a story?
There is a story, and it's just that the person who gave you the God Hand needs help.
Okay.
And he was like, all right, I'll do this.
Nice.
And then ends up fighting someone else that has another God Hand and fights this whole demon organization just because.
Yeah.
It's just so beautifully stupid.
Yeah.
And the cover was just this guy punching someone.
Yeah, it looks cool. Although it kind of looks like he's missed the punch on the cover, but the guy's just screaming still, like he grazed his ear or something. Pulled a ring out. It's cool, so man. Dumb. Yeah, I like it.
I'll see if I can find the Japanese commercial for it as well.
Dude, if you find that, send it to me, and hopefully the viewers are watching it right now, because I'll be seeing the gameplay for this as you guys see it for the first time. I have no idea what this game is, but it sounds interesting.
So I'll send gameplay as well as the advertisement.
All right, do it. All right,
it's so dumb.
Mark.
Yeah.
We're on to my final good one. Now, this is a little bit of a spoof one, because I probably could have. I had heaps of choices, but I picked this because it reminds me of Jurassic Park, and I love Jurassic Park, and it reminds me of Crocodile Dundee. Now, if you don't know what Crocodile Dundee is, most of you won't. No, I don't know. Crocodile Dundee translates, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, think Steve Irwin, but with a knife and in the 90s. And it reminds me of Crocodile Dundee. So here it is, Mark. I have no idea what this game is, so don't expect anything from me. I'm going to send you a gameplay trailer, and the audience, get ready for gameplay.
The Adventures of Bayou Billy. From Konami.
Oh, how good is it though, isn't it? It's great. Are you getting the Crocodile Dundee vibe from it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like 100%, right? Like there's a hotel in the background over there.
Yeah.
He's got
his knife is almost machete length.
Yeah. He's got like the full-on hat. Like it looks like Crocodile Dundee, man. Like to a T.
Yeah.
Like surely this is based on Crocodile Dundee. I'm gonna have to research this game, man. I'm gonna have to research it. Like it's got to be, right?
Yeah, I'm watching some of the gameplay
Oh,
now.
dude, it's terrible.
It's like the enemy models, I think, are from like one of the enemies looks like they're from Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
He just punches eagles.
Yeah.
Or hawks. I don't know.
I know. What is like more Crocodile Dundee? Have you seen?
He's Bayou Billy.
Have you seen the perspective change where they're racing around in a jeep?
No.
It's about 15-minute mark.
I'll skip ahead.
I'll try to get all of this into the episode for everybody to watch, but we're skipping through like a 42-minute video at the moment.
Oh, so it becomes Rad Racer.
Yeah.
Later.
This game's dynamic, man.
Yeah.
If you go to the
ahead of its time.
Yeah, if you go to around the 27-minute mark as well, it actually properly turns into like some kind of Streets of Rage.
Okay.
He's got a whip, man. Like it's just Crocodile Dundee meets bloody Indiana Jones.
That's like it's going into a bit of like Time Crisis or Duck Hunt.
Yeah, so that is my second pick. A little bit of fun, but you can't deny the box art is fucking awful, but great at the same time.
I mean, like as a kid, you'd see that and you'd be like, I think I should play this.
You'd be like, fuck yeah, crocodiles, jeeps, ripped Australian-looking dude with a knife. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
All right, so
interesting one.
hopefully everybody enjoyed our top picks. But Mark, let's move on to the bad. Let's get into it.
The bad. So, I feel like there's two types of sort of like bad box art. There's one that does not tell you, or one that is so against what the game actually is that you can't really tell what's going on. And the other one is sort of the modern take on bad box art, which is the one that I'm going to send now, where it's after reviews. And when they did Batman Arkham City Game of the Year with all of its reviews and all the extra features and everything just plastered all over it.
Was that the actual normal, the straight up box art for it?
It was.
That's just... it would have been fine.
I don't think it was in every region, but I think that was the main.
It would have been fine if it was just Batman. Maybe panned him out a little bit more. But that's like it's like a cry for like, hey, look at me. Yeah. Like we're good, we're relevant.
Like one, it does not tell you what the game is anymore.
10 out of 10. Quotations.
It's just like that's what I think is the modern bad box art, where it's like, what is going on?
It looks more like a magazine cover, and for a magazine cover that would be fine. But
absolutely.
To sell your game, it's just being used to sell the game, right? It's not a Game of the Year edition. I wonder if the normal edition was like that though.
Yeah, so some regions don't have as many logos, but the actual Batman title is still the smallest part of the cover.
Because like even without all the clutter and shit, like the image of Batman, his face looks cool, but you can't actually see what's happening. Like I feel like it's too close. It's like they've just found an image to try to squeeze in between all of these logos of Batman, and they've just done that. But yeah, that's not good. Like the game, you shouldn't need all that shit to sell the game. It should speak for itself, right?
Yeah, especially since it was a game that was reviewed amazingly well.
Yeah, so that's not necessary. That's just straight up trying to... I wonder if it actually helped or if it detracted. What do you think?
I felt like most people already had it at that point.
Yeah, fair enough. This is one last ditch effort grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bad game in the end though, depending on what platform you got it on. If you got it on PC, you're probably butt fucked. Oh, no, sorry, this is the...
No, that was Arkham Knight.
No, so this one... I don't even think
this one was before it.
Yeah.
It's still good.
Yeah.
On PC.
Quality game. Good game. All right. I'm going to send you my least favorite bad one first.
Your least favorite bad?
This one, it's not overly bad, but it just reminds me of like this like dorky, slightly with a gut guy with a stupid look on his face. Street Sports Baseball. I also have a clip.
IBM PC and capability.
It's just terrible. Like, look at his face though. Look at his face.
Yeah. He looks disgusted in what he just did.
Yeah, fuck you, ball. There you go, Mark. Look at this. It is terrible.
Oh wow. Looks exactly like it.
Yeah, right. They're not even on a street for starters. In a lot of it, they're on a pitch. If I've found the right clip, hopefully.
This is old school.
It's terrible. All right, Mark, we're moving on. I can't handle this game anymore. Let's go to your bad.
I'm just watching a little bit of it.
It's just bad. Maybe I pulled up the wrong clip, but they're not on a street, man.
I don't know. It looks right.
They're on a pitch.
Yeah, and there's a weird select screen of who you're playing against.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to just move on?
Yeah,
from
that was terrible.
Yeah.
I want to get to my good one because my good one's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that this is bad box art for a good game, unfortunately, and I think it's the sort of most well-known bad box art when they ported Mega Man to North America.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is not Mega Man.
Have you seen the Mega Man 2 cover as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty similar.
It's that's the thing. Like imagine this, picking it up or looking at it as a kid. It gives you no indication of what it is, and it looks like a bad game.
Yeah,
but Mega Man's one of the best games.
Look at the background, man. I know. Is that reminiscent of any level in Mega Man? They've just created some weird, strange hill structure with sci-fi buildings on it.
Yeah, technically, we have sci-fi buildings and sometimes we have trees, but not like that.
You can tell they've struggled to capture the essence of the levels and portray it on the actual box art.
Could have easily just taken a screenshot and put it in the front.
Yeah, I like it in a really cringy way, but I'm a sick.
They've been using that bad box art one as a joke for ages.
Yeah,
but, they've moved on from it now, but originally, man, you're screwed.
Yep. Ooh. Good games, obviously. Good games.
Yeah. So that's a case of a good game with bad art.
Yep. I completely agree with that one. Completely agree. All right, Mark.
Let's see your favorite worst.
Yeah. See, this is one I want to like, even though it's it's disappeared on every single list that I found for worst box art games. And I was like, I like this in a sick way, but it's terrible. Maybe if you're a fairy, you'll like it.
Jaguar. I was on the Atari Jaguar.
Trevor McFur.
Crescent Galaxy. Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy.
So it's a cheetah cuddling another female cheetah in, again, some Blade-esque setting. I don't know. Yeah. I've got a video clip for you though, Mark, so we've got to check it out. Yeah. I actually haven't really looked at this yet.
Are those screenshots behind the Atari logo?
Yeah, I think so. Somebody hasn't done their job properly.
What a mess of a box.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm seeing gameplay. Also, it's R-Type.
Yeah.
Side-scrolling space shooter.
Space shooter, yeah. Arcade shooter.
And not all that inspired either for the backgrounds.
No, not at all. It's set in space, so I can give them the Crescent Galaxy thing, but it's one of those box art games where you look at and the box art has almost nothing to do with the actual game.
Yeah. I swear I've played a Steam Early Access that looked like this.
Yeah. I wonder if it's actually a good game, though. I have no idea, but...
It doesn't look like it has personality.
No.
It's just it's a game and that's it.
Yeah. But this was a huge thing, back in the 80s and 90s, where box art wasn't reflective of the game really at all. And we saw that with Mega Man. Because... Yeah. They just didn't translate it well to box art, and I don't know what it was, man. But the box art always looked crazy stylized and just to catch your eye, and the game would look like this.
Yeah,
when I look at that box art, I go, ooh, some kind of Blade Runner mystery game, with furries. And instead, I got a 2D side-scrolling shooter arcade game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I love the box art, but it's terrible. But I love it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like you would buy the case, not the game.
Yeah, I would buy the art because I think it's cool art. I can see why it's bad. It's some Blade-esque environment with cheetahs cuddling, but I love it. So,
yeah.
That's my second bad one. So... Mark, I think we're on to our final category, which was bad box art but good game.
Or funny.
Or funny, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think your probably Mega Man could have almost fallen under that. But
absolutely.
Hit me up with your first one.
Yeah, my first one It's a beautiful game.
Oh god.
Have you ever heard of this?
The hyperspeed shootout in space. Phalanx? What?
Have you ever heard of this beautiful gem?
Super Nintendo. I have not. Do you reckon this is like on eBay?
Sorry?
Do you reckon it's on eBay or something?
It's like I've seen gameplay.
I want to see if you can buy it. I've never heard of this.
Like, it's funny because it's not too dissimilar from that Jaguar game, Crescent Galaxy, except it's got a lot more personality.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a banjo, man. So
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
dude, it's on
Hobo Banjo. But it's funny because if you look in the top, that little like thing that almost looks like a comet, that's meant to be the ship that you pilot.
Is it really?
Yeah. So that's the only part of the cover that actually has anything to do with it.
Oh my god.
But you're focused on the banjo playing guy, and of course you're going to play that.
Yeah, I found it on eBay too. We should buy it.
Yeah. Oh, it's the NTSC card.
I know.
We need to
We'll have to
get
go
an NTSC SNES then.
Nah, fuck it. We'll just emulate it. I'm not buying this shit.
We'll do it for this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I swear it was on the virtual console at some
So
point.
it was actually, was this game good? Do you know?
I think I played it once on an emulator and it wasn't bad.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't the best thing ever, but like...
Why is there a guy with a banjo?
Because you want to play it.
Okay, well...
Doesn't that make you immediately want to pick up the box?
It makes me curious. It's like some kind of clashing of worlds. I'm like, I don't know what to make of this, so I naturally want to investigate. Which I'll be doing when I edit this episode and put in gameplay into the episode for you guys to see, because I have no idea either.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
But that's long been standing my favorite box art.
Wow.
For like funny, stupid thing that has nothing to do with anything. But actually alright game.
Alright, fair enough. I'll take your word for it. Alright. So, I'm only going to give you one of my funny ones, or bad box art / good game, because, Mark, you already had this one. No, you didn't. You had this one, which was Mega Man 1. I had Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2. So, Mega Man 2 is, I guess you could say, slightly more reminiscent of the game, maybe?
Yeah, he looks more like he's in laser tag this time.
He looks like he's on a platform. He's shooting bad guys down the platform. He looks more like Mega Man. He's blue.
Yeah, like he's at least in the right color scheme. But he still looks like he's this old guy in a jumpsuit.
Yeah, and he's still shooting.
And he's got a gun.
Wearing a weird hat as well.
Yeah.
So in purple. So it's still not great. It's still not great. Like, they should have just taken a screen cap of the actual game and put it on the actual cover and been done with it. So
it's just.
But again,
funny.
bad cover art, good game. So it's you know, bad covers don't necessarily mean your game's doomed. Maybe like obviously tastes back then were a lot more forgiving of cover art, whereas now it's progressed to like this fine art almost.
I mean, like, look at the way Final Fantasy did its box art. Even up to 13, where it was just a white background and the title.
Yeah.
And it was just like it was a mystery thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, what's this? And some people loved it, some people hated it.
Yeah.
But then, like, for Final Fantasy 15, that did the modern thing where it's like they put people on the cover.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, this looks more like a game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, covers just back then were just like, they didn't adhere to necessarily representing the actual game. It was just like, what can we do that's eye-catching and cool? So
like Phalanx is testament to that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Mark, hit me up with your last couple.
Yeah, I haven't played this one, but I liked it, especially since it's put in a lot of those lists.
Ooh.
It's a nice one.
Pending. Oh, here we go. Oh,
there it is.
Ninja Golf. What?
Yeah, Ninja Golf.
Atari 7800. No.
And I like it because you can tell that they just went to a nearby like $2 shop and bought a ninja outfit and like a plastic sword.
Yeah. And golf clubs.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a bad one.
Yep. And it looks like they just stood in front of like that backdrop. Like they found some sort of like actual golf thing. Maybe not even that. They might have just gotten Hills and put in that flag.
Yeah.
And then just had him stand in front of a picture of it.
How weird does the sun look, though? Or the moon?
Yeah.
It looks like they've actually just
moon.
had a light in the background.
Yeah.
They've just cropped out.
Yeah. Especially since there's light in the front as well.
Yeah.
Because you can see the reflection on the sword.
It's 2 different lighting sources. Yeah, I'll be interested to see this gameplay as well. So I wish we had gameplay this one.
Part of it plays like a old golf game.
Oh, have you played it?
No, I've watched it a bit. Part of it plays like an old golf game, and I think part of it you have to actually like fight monsters.
Oh god, okay, I found it.
Yeah,
he's actually on a oh my god, what the fuck? He just took a swing. He hit his ball, and now he's like fighting monsters on the golf course. Other ninjas and snakes and shit. All right, this is cooked. I can't handle this. All right, Mark.
It was Sekiro before Sekiro came out.
Oh. All right, Mark, hit me up with your final one.
That was the last one.
Okay, that's our last one. All right, well,
because we had 2 of each.
We've blown our load then. So, yeah, all right, Mark. Well, let's start. We had some other pictures, but
did you? Yeah, you had some honorable ones. Didn't you?
I'm thinking what we might do is because we're running pretty long. Holy cow, we're 40 minutes almost.
Oh, jeez.
What we might do then, Mark, is we'll wrap it up. We'll say goodbye to you guys, but stay tuned after the episode because I'll pretty much lay in all of our honorable mentions, being the box art, after we push off, so you guys can check them all out. But let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. Did you like our picks? Did you hate our picks? Let us know what your picks are down below. But thanks for watching, guys, and remember, every 10 episodes we're going to be doing a bit of a special episode like this. We might mix up the visuals, you might completely throw the format out the window, we might just have a fun topic like this, so keep that in mind as we approach every 10 eps. But thanks for watching, guys. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in episode 61 of Pocket Edition next week. Have a good one.